Hi, and welcome to my last programming video. This is based on some programs that I actually did this year at the end of the year that were in part inspired by this class. So I always have things laying out. My high school library serves 1,250 kids, and I get a lot of business. Kids self-select to come in. I've been keeping track of my numbers. And just during the school day, not even before and after school, I average between 120 and 160 kids self-selecting to come in. So I have a nice little chunk of kids who are wandering around like maniacs. So I've been during the finals week. I decided we're going to rein it in a little bit. The library was quiet during the school day, during finals week, but with things that kids could do, and I called them brain breaks. So this is a little view of what those were. Oh, and it's not letting me. Here we go. All right. So I first wanted to reference Nothing Passive About It, Self-Directed Programming. That's from Library Journal. And it's for, all libraries, not just school libraries. But it's a great point that people want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And so passive programming is great for that. Okay, so first up is my games and puzzles board. You can see that at the end of the year, it was the one on the left, it was a mess. And so for finals, I tidied it up, and I didn't get a ton of kids playing games. I think they had too much on their mind for the games, but the puzzles did okay. And what I usually do is, I believe that's the next slide. Oh, we'll talk about puzzles in a minute. So I always have drawing things out. And last year was great for drawing, and I wish I had taken pictures, but kids would draw and then just tape their drawings up on the wall. And at first, I had to argue with the custodians that it wasn't a fire code violation. But it was so cool. And I had a big wall of pictures, and a ton of them did animal pictures, but then they'd have the animals saying snarky stuff. I absolutely loved it. This year, I think that it was mostly seniors doing it last year. So it's gone down a little. I had a few things here and there, but they do draw on the whiteboards. And I have a set of really good whiteboard markers that they can use. And there's a student who will sometimes put up prompts. This one was just on the far side of the library. I don't even know who did it, but it's amazing. So leaving the whiteboard markers out there with the blank whiteboards, with the understanding that it's okay to draw on them, has been a nice brain break for some of my kids. I love Legos, but once I build them, they're dead to me. I don't keep the Legos out all the time, although I have done some big Lego sets and just, had that right by my desk so kids could do it, but I kind of was keeping an eye on. But these ones are small sets that I let kids take to whatever area of the library that they wanted to do. And I did have kids do this. So that was pretty fun. All three of them actually were completed um, during finals week. Okay, these are my puzzles. So I usually have 300 piece puzzles are the sweet spot. 500 is a little bit too much. This one actually never got finished. But I did have a couple of times kids destroy the puzzles, and so I left out this sign so they know that it's not okay. And we have a camera right over the puzzle. And so both times I found the kid and I was like, perhaps you didn't see my sign. And one of them was a kid who I have a great relationship with. And he was like, oh, Miss Fecteau, I'm so sorry. I did it for TikTok. I shouldn't have done it. And the other kid just was having a bad day. And so I said, okay, I get it. You're not in trouble. I just want to let you know that your bad day impacted other people. Don't be that guy. And it was fine. And I haven't had any trouble since. All right. And here's a kid who is working on the puzzle. He's the same kid who did 2 out of the 3 Legos as well. This kid loves my passive program. And I believe that's it. So kids will use it. And now that I have had some of these other programming things, I looked up, it's not that expensive to buy, oh my gosh, what is it called? The plastic that you cook in the oven. Shrink inks. You can buy that stuff in bulk. So I'm thinking of having like a shrink ink pile with some Sharpies and just say, want to make something? Drop it off with Ms. Fecteau and she'll cook it for you and bring it back. So I may do that, and I may add that to my passive programming next year. So thanks for that. That was it's been a really good I've learned a lot in this class. All right, that's it. I'm off. Goodbye.